That's better. Hey guys, Chris Vizviz here. Today's video is a conversation between me and Jon, who recently rode 315 kilometers on a gravel bike around the central west of New South Wales with Brett. Now, funny story, I was actually supposed to join the guys on this ride, but I thought 300 Ks, not long enough, thanks. I'll wait till you guys do a 500. Nah, actually, it was a bit of a bummer. The day before the ride, I actually came down with COVID, so I obviously had to give this one a miss. That's also why my voice is a little bit nasally in this conversation. But that's okay. Without further ado, here is the debrief between me and Jon a couple days after the ride. Hey, yeah, where are you at? What are you up to?
I'm just picking up a chainsaw.
Oh, yeah, right. Okay. You need to cut something?
I had to do some haircuts and stuff.
Yeah, fair enough. How was the actual ride? Like, were there many technical bits at all? It was pretty much just, was it good gravel?
It was amazing gravel.
Oh, really?
Champagne gravel the whole way. Like, literally, there would have been 100 meters of rough the whole way, like, made up of a couple of sections.
So, like, no potholes, perfectly graded, like,
pretty much,
as
yeah.
it should be.
There was a couple of bits with, like, there was one bit near the end which had corrugation.
Yeah.
But it was for, like, 50 meters, maybe.
Oh, that's awesome.
There was one section that had some like water spots in it, so just like low spots, and it was on this super long straight to double track. But even that was okay. You just slow down and go around the side of it and then keep going. So
Yeah. Oh, that's
it
mad.
was like, as far as like conditions to ride in, it was pretty optimal. Like,
Did it get very hot throughout the day?
I reckon it must have been as hot as today.
Okay, so that's pretty warm to do that for 11 hours.
It was definitely warm. Like, I was like, oh, I feel hot, but I didn't get that feeling like around my stomach felt like you said before, it's starting to fucking melt down or anything like that. So.
Yeah, I got ya. Yeah, that's awesome. So you reckon me and Dylan would have perished on a ride like this?
Dylan, for sure. I think that you would have made it a bit longer, but
Yeah.
I think that you would have perished. I reckon Ben would have made it.
Yeah.
How comfortably, I don't know. But I think that he would have made it. Like, the funny thing was is that the last 80 or so was actually, it was just like a long gradual tar hill, and then it went into sort of like some rolling hills and stuff. And it was amazing scenery. Like, it was fucking absolutely amazing. It went down like a cool little descent, and then into some into like a creek next to it and stuff like that. Like, you could literally go and do a photo shoot for gravel stuff on pretty much any bit of road on it, and it would come out like epic. That's
so cool. That is awesome. Yeah, that would have been really cool. Like, the fact that there's good scenery as well as good gravel. Because you kind of think sometimes, like, if there's not that many hills, then there may not be the best scenery because it'd just be, like, wide open, flat plains. But if there's still good scenery, like, that's a win.
Yeah, it was pretty, like, and the thing is there's enough towns that it's, like, still moderately interesting to look at as well.
Was much open on the public holidays? Or, like, just during this time period, you know, like, you're worried?
There was enough.
What was your average speed for the whole ride?
I think it ended up being, like, 28 point something.
It's pretty high. Yeah.
Yeah, it was, like, I had it at, like, 30 all the way until that last stop.
Yeah.
That box was fucking absolutely. He was like, I'll just eat something and I'll be okay. And I was like,
Yeah, this one you can't just eat your way out of or just spit it out. It's like you've done like 8 hours probably at this point or more.
I'd noticed that he wasn't drinking enough early on, and I sort of said something. I'm like, oh, how many bottles have you gone through? He's like, oh, I've just filled up one, and at that point I'd filled up two.
Well,
so he had 1 litre bottles, and I had 750 ml bottles. So
yeah, you guys don't seem like you drink as much as you could.
No,
you know what I mean?
Normally I don't. Like, I was sort of forcing myself early on.
Yeah.
So I was like, this is like, well, you need to force yourself to eat and to drink when you're not yet hungry or thirsty.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. Well, that's like, sorry to interrupt, but like that's the whole point of a nutrition strategy. It's a strategy because you're not just going off your like natural, you know, thirst or natural hunger. It's like a strategy because you're going to be like, well, I'm going to ingest this much every so often because that's what I need to do to get through the day, or that's what yeah, you know.
Yeah, I didn't have like a great plan, but I just had a real basic, simple one, like drink at least a bottle every like 250 or 500 every hour as a minimum, if not more. And then I just had a gel or a bar every single hour on the hour. Without doubt, I just had it. Even if we were going to stop, or even if we did stop, I'd still have it anyway.
Yeah. Was box eating more than you?
I thought he was, but I don't think that he was.
Yeah.
In the end.
Yeah, right.
When we stopped for the first time at the pub, he was like, oh, I'm feeling a bit cooked, and so we both got a Coke, and then he got a Snickers, and he's like, what do you want? And I'm like, oh, yeah, I want chicken chips. And he was like, what do you want that for? I'm like, it's just salt and carbs, like, it's ideal.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
do you reckon you'd ever do this one again?
I think so. I think I'd like to do it faster. No, it was definitely good. Like, I think that the conditions are actually probably the hardest thing to manage out there. We got lucky, but if you got a day because it's so flat, the wind could be a real problem out there. Yeah,
right. Okay, for the amount of time that you're out there.
Yeah, and it's quite exposed for a lot of it. Like, there's some bits which are tree lines and stuff, but there's bits where you're just riding through fields, and there's like you've got an edge of like trees or shrubs on both sides, but it's just like fucking pancake flat.
Yeah, right.
And it's just like, as far as we came across one thing which was like a solar panel farm.
Huh? You went through a solar farm.
Yeah, it was insane. I was just massive. Like, I was like, holy shit! You could just see the heat haze smashing off it, like.
Oh, really? Like those like little heat waves that you see coming off like dark things. Yeah, right. Was it absolutely massive? Like as far as the eye can see?
Pretty much.
Wow.
Like, it was pretty massive.
What would you do differently if you did this again?
What would I do differently? I don't know, actually. No, I don't think. Look, I really don't think that I would change food too much. Like, I have to say, like, it seems that both of our bikes were like absolutely mint. I haven't even washed mine yet because I want to do a bike check style thing. But my bike was just, it was humming. It was really good.
This seems to be like what it's meant for.
Yeah, my food setup was good. I ran the little giant top tube bag which like sits behind your stem sort of thing. Yeah,
I saw that one.
And that was a really good size. But when I was out of the saddle, because I haven't ridden that before, it sort of goes like where your knees go a little bit, which is a little bit annoying. But
was it easier to grab food in and out of compared to the handlebar bag?
Yeah, heaps easier.
Yeah, right. Other than the fact that it's a bit annoying if it goes side to side.
Yeah, so when you're out of the saddle, which would be annoying if you're on something super climby, but yeah, it worked out pretty good. I just didn't want to run a handlebar bag because in my eyes, I think that like you want to be, even though you might not be going super fast, you're like 1 or 2% more aero, and that's 1 or 2% easier. And it's 1 or 2% easier for the whole ride.
There's something to be said.
That accumulates to a lot. That's why I'm hesitant to ever run a handlebar bag. Like, if I have any way to avoid it, I'll do it.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, I agree with that. For some reason, I just keep running handlebar bags because I'm like, whatever. But I think on a 300k ride, maybe the top tube bag's a bit better. Because the handlebar bag, you can't actually access too much of it when you're riding. Like you can, but it's a bit of a hassle and it's not that easy. Even though I think it looks better than a top tube bag, I think a top tube bag is the way to go.
I think even like an inner front triangle frame bag, so like front in there, but I can't run big bottles if I run a bag like that because my frame's small. So
that's true.
I was toying with the idea of running the giant one, which is like all the way along under the top tube, and then putting a camelback bladder in there, and then I was like, I'm gonna have to run heaps smaller bottles to fit that. And it's like,
right.
Really,
would the backpack have helped, like the camelback?
I didn't want to run it because it was warm, and I knew there was enough stop.
Yeah.
I wanted to not run it, but if you were doing that ride in cooler conditions, it would probably be one of the best options to go for.
because then you're not going to be overheating with the backpack on your back, right?
Yeah. I don't think I even changed out of... No, I didn't. I was in the big canoeing the whole ride, except for a couple of river crossings where obviously you want to go like nice places so you don't get too wet.
Yeah.
There was some times though where we were on like 40, 45k an hour, just snacking along like gradual descents and stuff, and you're like, the noise off the tires sounds so sick. You're like, fuck, this is absolutely amazing. Like,
That's awesome.
we rode with like 4 kangaroos at one point, and then there was the bit with all the cows that I've got on video as well, which is pretty cool. There's all cows all over the road, and I'm like, yeah, he's coming through, excuse me. It's quite funny.
The things you see.
I saw a couple of ostriches as well, but I didn't get them on camera because they're so fucking quick.
Yeah, they're quick, those things. They can run like 60 k's an hour.
Fox thought I was on drugs the first time I saw one. He's like, you didn't fucking see that. I did, I saw it. But no, you didn't. Yeah, I did.
Yeah, that's awesome. I'm glad that you guys got through it with no like show-stopping moments, if you know what I mean. Like wrecked their tire or anything like that. It's just like it just went all pretty smoothly. Because just doing that distance is hard enough.
I was real worried when it was like the end. I'm like, it's gone too smoothly. Something is gonna happen.
I know that feeling when you're almost at the end and you're just worried because that's like that's the only thing that could be a showstopper. Yeah.
I don't know if Fox would put his head in the ring quickly to do it again, that's for sure.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, if he was struggling by the 80k mark, like that's not... He must have been having a bit of an off day. And like Box and I did 4 hours like 2 days earlier, you know?
Yeah, I don't think that makes too much difference, but...
That's probably true, yeah.
I think, he did really well, but he was fucking buckled at the end, like, proper buckled.
Yeah, right. And Box is pretty okay at long distances, so that's saying something.
Yeah, Box is normally pretty good. I think that I had an exceptionally good day.
Oh, really? You just had good legs as well?
Yeah, at no point did I feel like... I just felt like I was just tapping away at it the whole time. And,
Did you get bored riding that long?
I reckon if you're by yourself, you would definitely get bored, but I didn't get bored. Like, it's all new and you don't know what's going to happen. You don't know what sort of stitch-up's going to be in front. And,
Yeah, fair enough. That's cool.
yep. If you did it as a group ride, did it over 2 days, and like stayed at a pub or something like that on the night away, that would be pretty awesome, I reckon.
Oh, you reckon that would work too? Because it's that long, you can do it over 2 days.
Yeah, you could just literally run a handlebar back then and just have like t-shirts, shorts, and slides or something like that, and do it like that. That would be pretty cool. And then that would still be like 165 or thereabouts per day.
Which is still pretty substantial, you know?
Yeah, but it is fun. So
Yeah, that's fair enough. But then you'd have time for photos and filming stuff and like...
you'd be more likely to do those sorts of things. Where I mean, you'll see on the footage, you're like, it's fucking epic out there. Like, proper epic.
Yeah, sweet. Awesome.
Yeah.
All right, well, I'm looking forward to seeing some of the footage. I'll edit it up together.